僕は15歳の時、自分の道を決めました。僕は夢を叶えるためにこの表を作りました。これが僕の目標でした。可動域。
Hey everybody, this is Boog Shambi. Welcome to the show. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the New York Mets. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Singy, we're going to see a nice little win streak put to the test today.
Yeah, these guys are really firing on all cylinders right now. And to me, the important thing is that they're doing the little things well. They're not just relying on home runs or big plays every game. They're playing good situational baseball, executing in key areas, and that's how you string together wins. So we'll see if they continue that in this one.
Just about ready to roll here. And on the mound today, Tyler McGill. What do you have on him, Singy?
Very dominant his last time out, picked up the win, only allowed one run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
So just about set now, and at the plate for Miami, John Birdie.
Leading off the afternoon for Miami, the third baseman, John.
And he deals.
Birdie.
That misses, and that's how this game gets started.
111.
The 1-0. That clips the corner.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
The 1-1. And there's a ball. And a pitch. That one missed.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
And here it comes. 3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Here's O'Neill Cruz. Birdie runs. Pitch misses. McCann fires. Safe. Stolen base.
Well, he's batting leadoff, and he's acting like a traditional leadoff hitter. Gets on base to start the game, then puts himself on second with a nice stolen bag. I think that sets the tone for the offense for sure.
The pitch. Check swing, but he went too far. And it's 1-1. And the slider catches the zone. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. A little slider action.
Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. One away.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Now he steps out as time is granted. Jazz Chisholm now swings through that one. 0-1. One out and a runner at second. Lined, and that's a base hit. And he boots it. Throws to second, and he's safe.
Batting fourth.
Well, that right there is a pretty clear example of why making a clean, on-target throw back into the infield is so critical, but so many times it's easily overlooked. You can't be careless about it as an outfielder. Doesn't matter if you're throwing to a base or a cutoff man, you have to give them something that they can handle. That cost them a run as a result.
And now it's going to be Ty France. That one's in there, 0-1. At the belt and fires. And a base hit up the middle. Jazz on his horse coming around third. Nimmo quickly gets it back in. And that's good enough to hold the lead runner at third. Runners now at the corners. And his hitting streak continues. There have been almost no bad days for him in the past month.
This guy's running hot, Boog, and people around the league are paying serious attention to this streak now, especially the pitchers that are trying to slow him down.
Here's Juan Soto. And first offering is fouled off. Runners are at the corners, one away. The next pitch misses, and that's ball one.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
The next offering misses, and a count 2-1. Two on, one out, and fouled off. Chisholm on third. France at first. One gone. Time called. Ripped to right. Base hit. In comes the run from third. And they take a 2-run lead. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here is Austin Meadows. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now.
Left-hand batter waits. And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button. They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
And the right-hander deals. That's hard hit on the line. Puts the squeeze on it. Both runners tagging. And they tag him out. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Marlins 2 and the Mets coming to bat. We go to the bottom of the first. And on the hill today, Pablo Lopez. Having a pretty ridiculous season so far, Singy.
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, his hot hitting continues. He's been getting great results there.
You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Tag. Out at second.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach moving forward.
Lopez gets the swing and the miss. 2 down. And now here's Jeff McNeil.
Batting third, the second baseman.
And it's fouled away. Nice warm day here. Good baseball weather. Does that change anything, Chris, especially for the hitters?
Absolutely. You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about getting jammed on fastballs inside part of the plate. You can kind of be more.
And the throw to first is there to put an end to. Back here at Citi Field. All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the DH, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez.
The right-hander back to work. And first offering is fouled off. Now the 0-1. And a big swing and a miss. Eric Summersgill, our plate umpire.
One thing to watch out for, Boog, is what side of the plate Summersgill might be favoring. He usually sets up at an angle. Pitchers sometimes will try to figure that out early so they can attack that spot and get as many strike calls as possible.
Ground ball right side and base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Batting eighth, the catcher.
Jacob Stallings now.
Stallings.
First offering and it just misses. Sanchez gets his lead at first with nobody out. Next offering upstairs. Righty to the plate. There's a strike.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
The 2-1. Late with the swing there. And the 2-2. And there's a foul ball. Two. Bounced up the middle and a base hit.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Now it's Javier Baez. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. First and second here, no outs. And it's 1-1. Righty delivers. And a foul ball. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now one away. So the batting order turns over. John Birdie at the plate. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate.
John Birdie.
Grounder might be two. Fired to second. Over to first. Safe. O'Neal Cruz digs in now.
O'Neal Cruz.
Pickoff throw. Birdie back in on a dive. First offering misses the mark. A little bit low.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Two-0. And a swing and a miss.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another guy in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Into center. Nimmo makes the catch, and that'll do it. Marlins strand a pair. They're up 2-0. We head to the bottom of the second, and now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
The first baseman.
And a foul ball.
Alonso.
0-1. And strike two.
No, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
And down on strikes. One away. And now it's Frankie Lindor. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble.
Lindor.
On the ground to the left. Cruz handles the chance. Sends it across to first. 2 up, 2 down.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
2 outs, base is empty. Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. Next offering is down low. And that's ball 1.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
Makes the catch, inning over. Back here at the ballpark, new inning getting started. And now for the Marlins, Jazz Chisholm.
The second baseman. Jazz Chisholm.
And the pitch. That's to third. Toss to Alonso. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting.
And up next for Miami, Ty France. 4th on the batting average leaderboard in the National League. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Next offering misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kicks and fires. Ripped, but it curls foul. On the ground, right side. On to first. And a couple of quick outs. 2 outs, base is empty. Juan Soto now doubled in his first AB. First pitch, and he just misses. Two down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. Next pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
2 outs. And a 2-1 hammered but foul. Left-hand hitter waits. That misses, and now it's 3-2. Right-hander kicks, deals. Ground ball up the middle, and there's a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot
Now
lately.
batting,
Really nice
left
job
fielder,
staying up the middle with his
Austin
approach. He didn't try to do too
Meadows.
much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Austin Meadows, the next up for the Marlins. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a bouncer. Lindor collects. They get the force, and that will end the inning. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the bottom of the inning, and now the right fielder, Dominic Smith.
Leading up,
Lopez back to work.
the right fielder,
And first
Dominic
offering is fouled off.
Smith.
The wind of the pitch. Now he breaks his bat. Over to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Batting
Gotta
in.
feel pretty good for the pitcher.
Third
Absolutely
baseman.
sawed him off. Bat explodes. And then he makes an easy play on it. Pretty satisfying if you're out there on the ball.
Eduardo Escobar, El Caballo up to hit. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Swing and a miss. The wind of the pitch. And a count 1-2. The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And down on strikes he goes. 2 out.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the
Batting
dugout.
ninth,
You know, those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
And a pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Down in order go the Mets. They trail things here 2-0. Back here in Queens. And now the DH, Jesus
leading off for the
Sanchez.
Marlins, the designated hitter, Jesus
The pitch.
Sanchez.
And that one fouled off.
I'm so glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
And the righty deals. That one to first, and it's through for a hit. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
And here's the catcher, Jacob Stallings. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Here comes a pitch. Now 1-1. Runner at first with no outs here. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Now he steps out of the box as he asks for time. Move to first. Dives back. Out. One down, base is empty. And that just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Got him. And there's 2 down.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Baez stands in now, looks at that one inside. Next offering is down low.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
Kicks and deals. There's a strike. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at-bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a false scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. Birdie at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. The pitch. And now it's even up. And here it comes.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
That one fouled off. 2-2.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch, keep the at-bat alive.
Here's a 2-2. Got him looking. Out number 3. Marlins lead 1, but they're on. Welcome back. Now it's the DH, Luis Guillorme. First pitch just misses.
Luis Guillorme.
Just off the inside edge. Bounce to third. Birdie collects it. Slings it across. And a quick out, number 1.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Canna takes low. Second trip to the plate in this one. And the 1-0. Rolled over to third. Birdie picks it up to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th. Jeff McNeil stands in.
The second baseman.
Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. And that keeps the inning alive. Here's Pete Alonso.
Now batting, first baseman, Pete.
First offering, and it just misses. McNeil off of first with 2 away. Next offering is fouled back. Strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The pitch. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. And a pitch. That one at 95 missed up top. Counts full, 3-2. Lopez gets the swing and the miss. And the inning. And welcome back. Ready now for the 5th inning. And at the plate for Miami, O'Neal Cruz.
The shortstop, O'Neal Cruz.
And the right-hander back to work. Pulls that one foul.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
The 0-1 way high. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets, Joely Rodriguez, the left-hander, up and throwing. Walker getting cranked up as well. The next pitch misses. 2 balls and a strike. Foul ball there. Next one misses, and that's ball 3.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Up the middle, sneaks through, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He's been swinging it really well lately. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now it's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm. Checks over to first, back safely. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Ball misses. McCann fires. Safe. Stolen base. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
In the air to left center, Canna. Long run on his horse. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double. As a run scores.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock, you add a run.
Joely Rodriguez on the pitch here, and he'll do his best to keep this close.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you can get a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs.
Now this one gets through. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And now it's Juan Soto. Line drive, base hit. And it kicks off the base of the wall. In comes the run from third to add on. And it's 4-0. And he's out on the tag. Austin Meadows now.
Now batting, the left fielder, Austin Meadows.
Swings through that one. 0-1. And now the lefty tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Runner leads away at second. And a ground ball to first, and it gets by him. But plenty of time to recover, and that's the second out.
Well, that ball off the bat ticketed for the outfield and a base hit for the hitter, but just taken away by the diving stop. Nice job.
Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. In the air, left side. Canna glides back, hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. And a run comes in to score.
He puts a great swing on that pitch and drives home the run, and that was always going to be a double, but the bounce over the wall just took the guesswork out of it right away. It was a nice swing.
So 2 down. Jacob Stallings, the next up for the Marlins. Line drive. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Last half of the 5th coming up. Marlins 5 and the Mets nothing. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Francisco Lindor.
Leading up for the Mets,
The pitch.
The shortstop, Francisco.
Check swing, but he went too far. Strike one. The line to kick the pitch. And a foul ball. To the right side. Chisholm picks it up, tosses to first, and the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth. Here's Brandon Nimmo.
Number 9, Brandon Nimmo.
The pitch. That one down the line, and it goes just foul. The 0-2. The other way, and that's down, a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. Throw into third.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
To the plate, save. It's 5-1. Man at first with one gone, and next for the Mets, Eduardo Escobar. Caught looking his first time up. In there for strike one. And the right-hander deals. Base hit, left center field. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
1-1.
1-1 to McCann. McCann fouls one off.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
One out. Runners at first and second. That one fouled off. The 1-2. Fouled off. He was late.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
That one the other way. Pulls it down, and there are 2 away.
Now back, the designated hitter, Luis Guillorme.
Here's Luis Guillorme. And that's a base hit. Smith around third. The throw in. And he's in there. A run comes in on the play.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
And that is that. 5 innings complete. Marlins 5 and the Mets 2. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Taijuan Walker. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Baez in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Righty delivers. And that's downstairs and outside.
Well, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over-aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
And he deals. And it's even up. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. One away on the strikeout. And now for the Marlins, John Birdie.
John Birdie.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Action in the pen down there. Carlos Carrasco up and throwing. And the pitch. Strike 2.
He can live up in the zone all game if guys will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitter's got to look down in the zone.
The next offering misses. 1-2 the count. Up the middle. Lindor handles the chance. High throw to first, and he can't reach it. And he's out, trying for two. So up next, O'Neal Cruz with 1 for 3. And that one wrapped foul. Left-hand batter waits. Foul ball. Righty to the plate. And 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Heart of the order. Back here at Citi Field. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
Leading up for the Mets.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Racing, makes the catch. And there's one down. Next is the cleanup hitter for the Mets, Pete Alonso, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Pitch misses inside, 1-0.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the third or fourth pitch of just about every at bat.
Next offering misses, and that's ball 3. The wind of the pitch. Bounce to the left side. Chisholm gloves it, gathers, and throws to first. And that takes care of Alonso. 2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Francisco Lindor. And that's in there for strike 1. That one ran inside, almost got him. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Meadows towards the line, looking up, makes a one-handed catch. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Trevor May. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Here comes the pitch. Chisholm, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. And he hits a ground ball right side. Sends it to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
Now batting,
Ty France, the next up for the Marlins. And that chance handled. Tosses to first, and 2 away to start the 7th. Now the youngster Juan Soto.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Kicks and fires. And that one is lifted in the air. Nimmo has this one sized up and makes the play, and that's out number 3. Back here in Queens, set for the last half of the 7th. And stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
Nimmo.
Chopper to second. Throws to first. And 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Now it's Dominic Smith.
The right fielder, number 2, Dominic.
In there, and it's 0-1.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
That's ripped. Base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
The pitch. Oh, and that deflects off his glove. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
The catcher, number 33.
James McCann in now. Next pitch downstairs. Ball 1. 2 on, 1 out. And that's down and away. Smith, the lead runner at second. Escobar over at first with 1 away. On the ground, 2 ball to second for 1. And that's 2.
Got the batter to hit it exactly where he wanted. That textbook 6-4-3 double play, gets out of the jam, back in the dugout.
Ready to begin the 8th. Here's the left fielder, Austin Meadows.
Leading off for Miami, the left fielder, Austin Meadows.
May back to work. That's off the mark, and that is ball 1. That's inside. Right-handed reliever. In the air, left field. Calls it in, and there's 1 away. Now here's the Marlins DH, Jesus Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez.
And first offering is fouled off. That's through there for a strike.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Out towards left center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down.
Now batting.
2 outs. Base is empty. Jacob Stallings, the next up for the Marlins. First pitch, not close. At the belt and fires. And there's the strike. Two outs. That catches the corner.
Throwing the ball well, and they need this scoreless inning in relief right here. Been doing a good job keeping him in striking distance.
The next pitch misses. 2-2.
2-2.
Now this one is smoked down the left field line. On its way, if it's fair, out of here. Third home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 6-2.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
The batter now, Javier Baez.
Now batting, the center fielder, Javier Baez.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Next offering is fouled back. And a pitch. And now 2-2. Two down, nobody on. Tap dances out of the way of that one. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Marlins had another with the solo shot. Now a 6-2 ball game. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And now the DH, Luis Guillorme.
Leading up for the Mets, the designated hitter, Luis
The wind and the pitch.
Guillorme.
That's in for a strike. The other way. One gone to the bottom of the 8th. Here's Marcano.
Now batting, left fielder, Mark.
That one's in there, 0-1. And the righty deals. Ground ball left side. Now the throw to first on the run. 2 up, 2 down.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
Second baseman,
Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. Good contact guy, good defender. Next offering is down low. Ball 1. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. He can't get there. It's a base hit. The throw into second, and he's got a double.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin. And he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso.
now batting.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Pete
Right-hander kick steals.
Alonso.
Tapped softly on the ground. The throw to first, and that is the inning. Tommy Hunter gets the call from the pen. He's been so good against lefties.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Leading off
The
the
pitch.
Marlins, the third
Birdie,
baseman,
the next to hit,
John.
takes ball 1.
Birdie.
And here it comes. Pitch misses, and the count is 2-0. Righty to the plate. That one missing inside. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
Next pitch in for a strike, 3-1. Kicks and deals. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Man at first.
Now batting.
Now it's the shortstop, O'Neal Cruz. Check on the runner. Birdie back in on a dive. Runner on the go. They pitch out. McCann fires. Out. Caught stealing.
That goes to show you stealing a base is a tough thing to do and far from a sure thing, even with big-time speed. It's not easy to catch him, but that was a great catch and throw. Quick, not rushed, and accurate.
The 1-0. He swings and fouls one off. The pitch. In the air out towards right center. Nimmo under this one. Drops into the glove, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the Marlins, the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Miami, Jazz Chisholm. This guy has turned into a beast. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. He makes the grab, and that's the 3rd out. 5-6. Welcome back. And now here is Francisco Lindor.
For the Mets, the shortstop,
There's the strike.
Francisco Lindor.
The wind of the pitch. Out there to center. Baez drifts towards it. Puts the squeeze on that one. And there's 1 down. Here's
Now
the center
batting,
fielder,
center
Brandon
fielder.
Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
That one ripped. And out of here.
know, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
Out to short. Cruz on to first. Now only one out remaining.
Now batting.
You gotta be kidding me. Did you see that throw?
Not really, Boog. I mean, it happened in the blink of an eye, it seemed, but thankfully StatCast is here to help us out. I mean, you don't see many throws across the infield that get up into the 90s, so he really reached back for that one, and he had to get the out.
Ripped on the ground to second. Throw to first is in time, and that'll do it. The Marlins add another to their winning streak.
It seemed like from the first pitch of this ball game, this guy was going to get it done. A quality start, who knew he'd throw a complete game and get the victory. But an excellent job of continuing to just throw what the catcher put down. He navigated through this ball game, a jam here, a jam there, but ultimately it was an outstanding outing.
6-3 our final score, and the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Here now is our final line score for this afternoon.